Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. This is your Manchester United Wolves preview. It's at Old Trafford, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock kick-off. We are looking to get back to winning ways. We drew our last league game against Leicester 2-2. It was goals from Marcus Rashford. That was Marcus Rashford's 50th Premier League goal for Manchester United. And the other goal came from Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes also got an assist in the game, so too did Edison Cavani. And Leicester's two goals obviously came from Harvey Barnes. Couldn't really do much to prevent that happening. And an Axel Tuanzebe own goal, but at the first it had actually been given to Jamie Vardy. We actually should have beaten Leicester. Solskjaer gave his perception on the game. He said a draw is not the worst result, but he's disappointed that we didn't get all 3 points. He said we should have closed down quickly for both of Leicester's goals. But it was a missed opportunity to go second in the table. I think we are now sitting, 4th in the Premier League. We are unbeaten in our last 8 league games, so we are still in a good vein of form. Now Wolves, they drew 1-1 with Tottenham yesterday night. They scored late on to get a point. Now, we played Wolves 4 times across all competitions last season. Both games in the league were a draw. We drew with them at Old Trafford 0-0. That was obviously when Bruno Fernandes made his debut for the football club. I think he had the most touches in that game. We drew 1-1 with them at Molineux. We played them in the FA Cup twice, because obviously the first match was a draw, but we beat them in the replay 1-0. A couple of years ago, Wolves beat us twice. They beat us in the league at Molineux 2-1. They also knocked us out of the FA Cup quarter-final a couple of years ago, 2-1. And they reached the FA Cup semi-final that season for the first time in 21 years. Wolves haven't been as consistent this season as they have been in recent years. They are sitting, 11th in the table. They have got a pretty good manager though in Nuno Santo. He has been at Wolves now for quite a few years. Wolves is the 4th club in his managerial career. Now, before he was at Wolves, he was at Porto. Before then, he was at Valencia. And before then, he was at Rio Ave. Wolves have got some good players. Obviously, one of their key players is Raul Jimenez. Now, Raul Jimenez isn't going to be available for tomorrow night because he's out with injury until mid-January. Adama Traore, he's one of their key players. Dendoncker, he's one of their key players. He's been out with injury recently. Moutinho, he's one of their key players. Ruben Neves, he's one of their key players. Neto, he's one of their key players. Connor Cody, he's one of their key players. They've got that Johnny, but Johnny is out with injury. I don't think he's going to be available for tomorrow night's game. Wolves this year have brought quite a few players in. Obviously, they brought that Fabio Silva in. They brought Nelson Semedo in from Barcelona. They brought whoever in. They brought Fernando Markel in. They brought Matheson in. I think didn't they get him from Rochdale? Hasn't he gone out on loan? Hasn't he gone back out on loan to Rochdale for the remainder of the season? They also got that Vitina as well. Don't forget, during the summer, Wolves let Diego Jota go. He obviously went to Liverpool. And they let Matt Doherty go to Tottenham. So yeah, it won't be an easy game for us. We're looking for our third win at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season. We've won 2 games at Old Trafford so far in the Premier League this season. We obviously beat West Brom 1-0. You can say we was very fortunate to win that. And obviously we beat Leeds 6-2. That's obviously our biggest win this season. Now, I do think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will make some changes in this game from the 2-2 draw with Leicester. Now, I heard that Wan-Bissaka is a doubt for this game against Wolves. He's out with injury. Wan-Bissaka didn't play any part in the game against Leicester. So, obviously, we started Victor Lindelof at right back. I think against Wolves we could start Axel Tuanzebe at right back. Fossa Mensah, he's also another option as well. He says that Victor Lindelof is a doubt for this game because he went off injured in the 2-2 draw with Leicester. It also said that Marcus Rashford had a shoulder problem, but he actually stayed on the pitch. But I don't think that's too severe. Obviously, Jones is still out injured. He's out until January. I think it mentioned that Marcus Rojo has got a calf problem. On my next video, I will be giving you my starting 11 prediction for this game. After Wolves, we have got Aston Villa. That is on New Year's Day. Should be winning that one. Then after Aston Villa, we have got Man City in the Carabao Cup semi-final. That's going to be a big game for us. The Carabao Cup is a priority for us because that is a chance for us getting a trophy on the board, and it's very imperative that we get our first trophy on the board under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. We haven't won a trophy now for almost 4 years. And Solskjaer was saying prior to the Everton game that, our players are desperate to learn how to win trophies. After Man City in the Carabao Cup semi-final, I think it's Watford in the FA Cup third round. Should be winning that one, and then we are away to Liverpool. So games are coming up thick and fast for Manchester United. It's obviously good that we are making plans for next year, because obviously next year we are looking to make more signings. There has been a lot of players on our agenda. You already know the news on Moises Caicedo. Is his move to Manchester United happening? He recently said that Moises Caicedo was undergoing his Man United medical, and it says, we was going to get him for around 4.5 million. And it said he was set to sign a 5-year contract. And Moises Caicedo has already revealed that his favourite club is Manchester United. He does mention that Chelsea tried to hijack our move, and he did make an admission, Caicedo, saying that he does love N'Golo Kante. Dyro Extra recently said that negotiations were at an advanced stage between Manchester United and Independiente del Valle, and it mentioned that we'd outbid AC Milan and RB Leipzig. Independiente del Valle initially said they wanted around 5.5 million with add-ons included, and he said they wanted around a 20% sell-on clause for Moises Caicedo. He's only the age of 19. He is a holding midfielder. He played for Ecuador in their 4-2 win against Uruguay, was it back in October? I think he's played around 4 times for Ecuador. If he comes to Man United, he'll be the second Ecuadorian to represent Manchester United after Antonio Valencia. So it did say he should be our first signing for January. David Alaba to Manchester United is unlikely now, according to recent reports, and he says we will not enter the race. There was reports coming out the other week saying that we'd made a formal offer, but the Bayern Munich CEO, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, said that he appears to accept that David Alaba will leave on a free because he's into the final 6 months of his contract with Bayern Munich. Few clubs have been in for him now. It recently said that we've revived our interest in Jack Grealish. Could go back in for Jadon Sancho next year. Could go in for Erling Haaland, but Erling Haaland's move to Man United is complicated because of Mini Oriola's poor relationship with Man United. But we've already revealed our transfer plans. Ed Woodward's recently changed his transfer strategy. We're looking to strengthen up 4 positions. We're looking to recommend a right winger in. We're looking to recommend a holding midfielder in. We're looking to recommend a centre half in. And we're looking to recommend a right back in. I think in the January transfer window and the summer transfer window, we can probably make around 4, 5, maybe even 6 signings. Like I've said to you, for Manchester United to win the Premier League title, I think we need more signings. We need to address our defensive deficiencies because we are still leaking goals. Some people think the goalkeeper's one of the problems as well, because there has been a lot of Man United fans saying that Dean Henderson now should be our number 1. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come out a few times this season and he said that Manchester United can win the Premier League title. But he did actually say, didn't he, prior to the game against Leicester, that Man United must ignore Premier League title talk. You had Roy Keane coming out after the 6-2 win against Leeds saying that Man United can challenge Liverpool for the Premier League title this season. I'm very sceptical we'll win it this season, but I certainly think we can finish in the top 4 or the top 3. And I certainly think that we can win a trophy. And I said if we can get top 4, top 3 and win a trophy, that will represent a very good season for Manchester United. And then that would give us something to build on. But I certainly think 21 is coming for Man United. We're obviously on 20 titles at the moment. You know, we haven't won the Premier League though since 2013. So we haven't won it now for around 7.5 years. I think we need to get rid of more of the deadwood next year because there's still deadwood at the football club that we do need to get rid of. Now, I think next year we'll be looking to get rid of Jesse Lingard, Phil Jones, Marcus Rojo, Sergio Romero, because Sergio Romero is now our 3rd choice goalkeeper. Matic could leave next year. Juan Mata could leave next year. I'm expecting Ighalo to leave in January when his loan deal expires. There's obviously rumours of Daniel James leaving. Now West Brom reportedly want him on loan. Leeds United have also been interested in him. There's been rumours of Brandon Williams going out on loan because Brandon Williams is now our third choice left back following the arrival of Tellez. And earlier on in the season there was rumours of Dean Henderson going out on loan. And a lot of United fans are expecting Paul Pogba to leave next year. I gave you the news, didn't I, on Paul Pogba yesterday. It could be off Paul Pogba next week, because Eurosport have said that Juventus want Paul Pogba for £50 million in January. Now, don't forget, Paul Pogba is a former Juventus player. He endured 4 years with Juventus. And he was very, very consistent. Juventus have actually offered a couple of their players as part of a deal of getting Paul Pogba. They have actually offered us Bernardeschi and Paulo Dybala. There's also been rumours of Ronaldo coming back to Man United as part of a deal of Paul Pogba going back to Juventus. He hadn't only been linked with a return to Juventus though. You know, he was linked with a move to Real Madrid because earlier on this season he made an admission saying that one day his dream is to join Real Madrid. And last year Paul Pogba said he wanted to leave Man United because he was seeking for a new challenge. PSG, Barcelona and Inter Milan have been in for him before. And don't forget, Paul Pogba's agent, Mino Raiola, told Tutto Sport earlier on this season that Paul Pogba's career at Man United is over. He said he's unhappy and he has to leave. And he said that he's got no intentions of signing a new contract. Then obviously Mino Raiola made a fresh statement saying that, it's unlikely now we'll leave in January, but he can leave next summer. Solskjaer was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement because it was just before the game against RB Leipzig. We have, as far as I'm aware, we haven't been in talks over getting him a long-term contract, but earlier on in the season we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract, so he's under contract on Man United till June 2022, so that means we can cash in for him in January or next summer. He is our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. This is his 5th season at the football club since he rejoined. He's made over 100 appearances for us in all competitions, and he's won 3 trophies at the club. That was the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield. But to Paul Pogba's credit, he's done well since he's come back from that ankle injury. You know, Paul Pogba did well against Sheffield. He did well against Man City, even though that was 0-0. He did well in the game against RB Leipzig. Came on and got his name on the score sheet. He did very well in the 3-1 win against West Ham. That game against West Ham was his first start in the Premier League for over a month. Ollie did confirm the ankle injury he had early on in the season was totally comparison to the one that he had last season, because for the vast majority of last season, Paul Pogba was out. But like I said to you, we're certainly not going to get more than the £89 million that we paid for him. But hopefully, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets the backing that he deserves next year. Because during the summer transfer window, he wasn't backed enough by the board. The board haven't backed any of the managers that we've had since Ferguson left, and this is one of the main reasons why the board's been one of the biggest problems at the club for several years. And our recruitment policy has obviously been very poor. Woodward's come out several times though to support Ollie. You know, Woodward's been at Manchester United since 2012, so he's been with us around 8 years. And the Glazers have been with us since 2005, so they've been with us around, 15 years now or so. But yeah, a lot of United fans have obviously been demanding the board out. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not under pressure at Manchester United. He has been under pressure quite a few times though since he got appointed in, because obviously we have endured bad periods. To be honest with you, Solskjaer was lucky not to be sacked as Man United manager after we got eliminated out of the Champions League. He was lucky not to be sacked after our 6-1 hammering against Tottenham. He was lucky not to be sacked at the first part of last season when we enjoyed our worst start to a Premier League season for like 30 years. But like I said to you, our board have softened their stance on him because obviously he is a club legend. But disregarding being a club legend, he may not have been Manchester United manager now. But we are enjoying a good period at the moment. We enjoyed a good period last season because we went on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions last season, and we was actually 14 unbeaten in the Premier League. The thing that concerns me about Solskjaer though, like I've said time and time again, is his decision making. Because he has made mistakes in a lot of games, and that's obviously cost Manchester United. You can say our defence have cost us in some games as well. But there's been some games where Solskjaer has showed tactical flexibility, so you've got to give him credit for that. But I thought some of his selections against Leicester were wrong, but I thought the subs were correct. Maybe against Leicester you can say, yeah, he should have started Edison Cavani, should have started Paul Pogba. Paul Scholes accused Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of benching his best players in Edison Cavani and Paul Pogba. Maybe he made a mistake by starting Daniel James in that game as well against Leicester, because Daniel James started on that right-hand side. Maybe Solskjaer thought he deserved another chance in the league because he put a very good performance out against Leeds, didn't he? You know, I don't understand really why Victor Lindelof started at right back. Either Donny van der Beek, you know, he didn't play any part against Leicester. Donny van der Beek has only made 2 starts for Man United in the Premier League so far. You know, do you think Edison Cavani should be our first choice striker, like I mentioned to you on my video yesterday? Probably should. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says, though, he must wait for a starting spot. Edison Cavani has enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. He really, really has. You know, got an assist against Leicester. Got his name on the score sheet in the 2-0 win against Everton in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. He came off the bench twice. He came off the bench and scored twice against Southampton. And also got an assist, so he changed the complexion of that game. Scored his first goal for the football club in our 3-1 win against Everton. Almost scored with his first touch on his debut against Chelsea earlier on in the season. I said when we got Cavani, he will be the next Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hasn't got that proven pedigree as a manager. Because before he came to us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. And before he was at Molde, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. You can say, reflecting how long he's been at Man United, he has learned quite a bit and he has gained some managerial experience. Because he has been at the football club now for just over 2 years. And this is his second full season at Manchester United. And I always said this season was going to be a big season for him. He's under contract with the football club until 2022. You've got to credit Solskjaer for getting us to the Carabao Cup semi-final this season. You've got to give him a lot of credit for what he did in his first full season, which was last season, because he got us to 3 semi-finals last season. He got us qualification for the Champions League, and he also got us 3rd. He has got rid of quite he has got rid of quite a bit of the deadwood as well since he came in, because a lot of players have departed the club since he came in. He has made some good signings since he got appointed in as Man United manager. He's spent over £200 million and he's enjoyed 4 transfer windows at the club. So the January transfer window will be his 5th transfer window as Man United manager. We've done very, very well away from home. We haven't lost an away game yet in the Premier League this season. If we'd have beaten Leicester, that would have been 11 away wins in a row in the Premier League. When we beat Sheffield United the other week, we became the first team to win 6 successive away games after conceding first in a single Premier League season. So these positives to take from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure. Obviously, Pochettino was on our agenda at one point. He was the favourite to take over at Manchester United. Now, I think he's actually gone to PSG. So that's actually good news from an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer perspective. So now Pochettino's gone to PSG. Like I said, Solskjaer's here to stay, so Manchester United need to back him. Massimiliano Allegri, those been on our agenda a couple of times. At one point, Julian Nagelsmann was on our agenda. And at one point, Thomas Tuchel was on our agenda as well. Solskjaer will definitely still be Man United manager in the new year. Could still be Man United manager at the end of this season. Some United fans still think we need to give him another season, obviously. But in the last 7.5 years, we have been playing catch-up, obviously. We've sacked 3 managers since Ferguson left, and that was obviously David Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. We've only won 4 trophies since Ferguson left, and that was the FA Cup under Van Gaal and the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield under Jose Mourinho. We've spent over £1 billion as well on players since Ferguson left, and we've brought around, 36 players in. So that just proves how inconsistent we have been. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is inheriting a lot of players here from the Jose Mourinho era, because the vast majority of this team is Jose Mourinho's. Few players have left though Jose Mourinho brought in. Still a couple of players here from the Louis van Gaal era. There's only 1 player here from the Moyes era, and there's only 2 players here now from the Sir Alex Ferguson era. You know what I mean? But like I said, I hope Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can succeed as Manchester United manager, because I love him a lot, and his priority is leading the club to long-term success. So on my next video, I will be, like I said earlier on, I will be giving you my starting 11 prediction for this game. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.